Welcome, my name is Margaret Bourne. I'm a blog coach and I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks with you today that will help you with your blogging skills. But first, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and also follow me on margaretbourne.com. And if you have a moment, join my Facebook group, the Blog a Better Society on Facebook. Creating blog content can take a lot of time. The writing part is always fun and it's great when you create a draft that you want to publish. But sometimes the time consuming part comes when you want to format and add all the content to a blog post. And how can we shave off some of that time? Well, it's quite simple. You create blog post templates. Today we're going to talk about how to create a blog post template in WordPress. And I'm using a self-hosted WordPress site here. This is my suburban tourist site. I'm using a dummy blog post that we're going to use for this example. And I'm using the Cadence theme, which doesn't really matter because this will work with any kind of theme that you have out there for WordPress. And what you need to make sure is that you're using what's called Gutenberg blocks or WordPress blocks. So these are the ones where you can move the content back and forth and add and change the different types of content. Now I've created this little quick short dummy blog post and we're going to use this as the example. And the first things first, what you need to do is click on this little document overview here and you're going to see all of the different blocks that are used. To get started on creating this blog post template, what we're actually going to do is we're going to start grouping all of these blocks together. And to do that, what you do is click on the options again, and we're going to click on group. So to do this is pretty straightforward. One by one, add it to the group. You want to make sure that this all is under the group, inside the group, and make sure it's in the correct order and it's not bounced around. Otherwise, what's going to happen is that your blocks are going to be not in the correct order. So you just want to make sure that everything looks correct here. Now that you've added all of those blocks, you're going to create a pattern. So we're going to click this and we're going to click create pattern. We're going to just name it. First things first, just before you accidentally press add, unclick the synced. The reason why is that you don't want every time that you use this blog post template and make changes to it, if you do so, it will constantly change every single previously created blog post with this pattern. So you don't want that to happen. So you want to make sure that it's unsynced so it won't sync any other previously created blog posts and this template post. So make sure that it's unsynced. Otherwise, you're going to be having a huge headache on your hands. Okay. So now we're going to name it, and I'm going to name it as blog post pattern test, and we're going to add it into to easily find it. You have to put it in some sort of category. I'll put it in posts, and then we press add. Now, when I want to create a new blog post, it's going to be a lot easier to do so. So let's now go into add a blog post. Now, instead of having everything from scratch here, all I need to do is click on patterns and I go to my posts, and you can see I have a couple of different versions of them here. That one's a mistake because that's a synced one. I don't want to use that. And all I do is add this here and voila. Now I can do this blog post, save it as a fresh blog post, and I know it's going to be on its own and I'm not going to be syncing it with any other one, but it just speeds up the process. So you just have to now just replace the content with whatever you want to add here. Okay, much easier. You can actually also now ungroup the content itself as well. So it's much easier now to also maneuver and change things around as needed. And if you have to duplicate something or add something or customize this template, this blog post, you can do so fairly easily without affecting the original blog post template. And there you go. That's all you have to do.